What is the Stanley Parable beyond the game? A narrative-based video game called The Stanley Parable was created and authored by Davey Redden and William Pugh and explores issues like predestination, fate, choice in video games, and the interaction between game designers and players. The player controls Stanley, a voiceless protagonist, and is presented with constant, numerous paths as the story develops. The player has the option to disagree with the narrator's instructions, which, if followed, will be integrated into the narrative as the story progresses. Before the game restarts to the beginning, the player will see many endings depending on the decisions they make. The Stanley Parable was first made by Redden as a free modification for Half-Life 2 on July 31, 2011. Later, under the Galactic Cafe Studio name, Redden and Pugh produced a standalone remake built on the source engine. Many of the original mods options were reproduced in the remake, which also added new locales and plot lines and completely redone the game's visuals. The game was announced and granted approval through Steam Greenlight in 2012, then released on October 17, 2013. Years later, on April 27, 2022, The Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe, was released as a revised edition. What is a parable? A parable is illustration of a moral or spiritual lesson through a narrative or allegory. It is a simplistic tale with a frequently simple, uncomplicated message. Parables are frequently used in religious instruction, especially in Christianity and Judaism, as a way to explain more abstract ideas and spiritual principles in a form that is more relatable and understandable to the general public. They typically use characters and events that people can easily relate to express a deeper meaning while being placed in settings that are familiar to everyday life. Other civilizations and traditions also make use of parables and date back hundreds, if not thousands of years. So what's an allegory? A narrative, poetry, or artwork that can be interpreted to disclose a hidden meaning, typically a moral or political one, is considered an allegory. Symbolism is frequently used in allegories to depict the underlying message. Characters, incidents, or pictures that stand in for another object can serve as symbols. A complete narrative or story that offers a moral lesson or political commentary distinguishes an allegory from a straightforward metaphor. Literature, film, and the arts all employ allegory. A famous example is Plato's allegory of the cave, which can be illustrated in the 1999 film The Matrix when Neo is presented with the blue or red pill. People are often drawn to allegories because they can be used to convey complex ideas and messages in a way that is easy for people to understand and relate to. Allegories use familiar characters and situations to represent abstract concepts and ideas, making it easier for people to grasp the underlying message. They can also be used to explore difficult or sensitive topics in a way that is less confrontational or direct. Additionally, allegories often use symbolism and metaphor to create a sense of intrigue and mystery that can be appealing to a much broader audience. Furthermore, allegories can be used to provide a commentary on current issues and society, helping people to question the status quo and to think more critically about the world around them. The Stanley Parable is an exploration game and an experiment in narrative storytelling that questions the established conventions of video games and the ideals of choice and free will in the player. Therefore, depending on the player's decision, the game can be viewed as either a terrifying or uplifting experience. The ability to choose is what makes something truly beautiful, for better or worse. In a metaphorical sense, anyone's daily choices can include elements like these that directly affect their own longevity. What do you think? Is the Stanley Parable a horror game, a thriller, or a way for people to contemplate how their decisions impact their lives? Thank you for watching. Please, like, comment and subscribe, and select the notification bell to see when more videos come out.